Hi, let's take a look at how to create a Zap using NeetoInvoice. For that, head over to the dashboard on Zapier.com and click Create Zap. In the Zap editor, we will have to first choose a trigger. In our case, the trigger is NeetoInvoice. If you are not able to find NeetoInvoice here in the list, just search NeetoInvoice and select the NeetoInvoice application. Now select an event. NeetoInvoice have two events. First is new client, the second one is new invoice. So new client will be triggered when a new client is created, where new invoice will be triggered when invoice is created. So for now I will choose new client. Click on continue. Now Zapier requires some credentials in order to be able to communicate with NeetoInvoice. In this case, it is the API key. To provide the API key to Zapier, click on change. Click on Connect a new account. To connect a new account, it requires two information. One is the subdomain of the organization, second one is the API key. The subdomain is the part we can see here in the Neto invoice. Just copy this subdomain and paste it over here. Now we will need to generate an API key. For that, head over to the Neto invoice, click on settings, click on integrations, click Connect Zapier integration. To create an API key, Zapier needs a label. For example, no client API key. Here, this is our API key. It is best to copy the API key immediately and paste it over here. Because if we navigate to another page, this API key won't be visible again. Now the API key is gone. Let's continue to Neto invoice. Click on continue. Now we can test the working of our API key by clicking on Test Trigger. Zapier was able to fetch some clients from NeetoInvoice. Select one of the record and continue with the selected record. Now we need to choose an action. An action is an app which does something with the information collected by the trigger. Let's say I want to add information on new client to a spreadsheet on Google Sheets. I will choose Google Sheets. The event for the Google Sheets will be create spreadsheet row. Click on continue. I have already added my account to the Google Sheets. Click on continue. Choose the drive. Select the spreadsheet. I have created a Neto invoice spreadsheet, so I will choose this one. Click on worksheet and select the worksheet. Zapier is showing that in the selected spreadsheet we don't have any headers, so we need to add headers to the spreadsheet. Let's add header. So I will add header ID, name, created at. So I have added the headers. Now click on refresh fields. Now we are able to see the added headers. Now we need to map the data to these headers. Click on each headers and map the data. For name, client name, created at, click on continue. Click on test action. This will create a row on our Google Sheet with this sample data. If we check in our sheet, a row is added. Now we need to publish this zap. Click on publish. So the zap is created. Now let's name this zap need to invoice new client. Now let's test the trigger by creating a client on NeetoInvoice. I will name it Zapier integration user address and save changes. Now let's see the spreadsheet. So in the spreadsheet, a row is added after adding a new client. This is how we can create a Zap using NeetoInvoice. Similarly, we can create more Zaps using the other events of NeetoInvoice like new invoice. We can create Zap using NeetoInvoice with all the available application present on Zapier. That is all for the demo. Thank you.